Holy Week in the Philippines. Holy Week, or in Filipino, Mahal na Araw, Spanish, Semana Santa, is a significant religious observance in the Philippines for the Catholic majority. The Iglesia Filipina Independiente, or the Philippine Independent Church, in the most Protestant groups. One of the few majority Christian countries in Asia, Catholics make up 78.8% of the country's population, and the church is one of the country's dominant socio-political forces. The solemn celebration begins on Friday of Sorrows, turning to Palm Sunday and continues on through to Easter Sunday. Many communities observe Spanish-influenced Catholic rituals such as processions that have been syncretized with elements of pre-colonial beliefs. This is evident in some ritual practices not sanctioned by the Universal Church and the many superstitions associated with the occasions. The days of the Easter Triduum, Monday, Thursday until Black Saturday, are considered statutory holidays. During this period, many businesses are closed or operate on shorter hours. Local terrestrial television and most radio stations usually go off the air for annual maintenance or of broadcast equipment, while others, such as stations owned by various denominations, shorten broadcasting hours and feature Lenten drama specials, religious and inspirational programming. Holy Week celebrations also receive wide news coverage of various services and rites. International cable television channels distributed to the Philippines, however, continue to broadcast their normal programming, while channels dedicated to horse racing, cockfighting, and similar niche programming go off air during the Triduum. Holy Week in the Philippines is also highly anticipated as one of the annual long weekends in the country. Non-Catholics or non-practicing Catholics take this opportunity to go on vacations, resulting to a peak season in most Philippine tourist destinations. On Holy Monday or Lunes Santo and Holy Tuesday or Martes Santo, the major procession of the journey to Calvary takes to the streets. The main figure is the fallen Christ accompanied by the images of the saints present during Christ's walk to Calvary. There is Saint Peter holding the heavenly keys, the beloved Saint John, the three Marys, Saint Veronica, with her white veil implanted with Christ's image, Mary Magdalene bearing small bottles of oil and perfume, and the Virgin of Sorrows. In some parts of the country where there is an abundance of wood as well as skilled craftsmen, life-size wooden images are constructed so that they are able to move their arms and heads like puppets. Holy Tuesday is a regular working day and is sometimes the last full one, preceding half or full day holidays given by some private companies on Holy Wednesday. Holy Wednesday or Miércoles Santo is officially the last working day of the week. Private companies are free to give full or partial holidays to their employees, while government offices implement a half-day suspension starting noon for their employees. This lets people return to their home provinces for the Triduum and Holy Makers to leave for their destinations, making it one of the country's busiest travel seasons. Monday, Thursday, or Jueves Santo, is the first statutory public holiday of the week and marks the beginning of the Paschal Triduum. Prior to the Second Vatican Council, the procession of the Passion of Christ was held on Monday, Thursday. This was later transferred to Holy Wednesday for Latin Rite Catholics, with the Philippine Independent Church, which separated from Rome in the early 20th century, retaining the Monday-Thursday day. Among the most famous processions of the Philippine Independent Churches are those of Concepcion in Malabon and Santa Cruz and Paete in Laguna. The main observance of the day is the last Mass before Easter, the evening Mass of the Lord's Supper. Though not mandatory, the afternoon service customarily includes a reenactment of the washing of the feet of the 12 apostles. The service ends abruptly with a somber procession of the Blessed Sacrament, which is brought to the church altar of repose. Churches remain open until midnight for those who want to venerate the Blessed Sacrament, with others going to one of several priests on standby to confess their sins. One of the most important Holy Week traditions in the Philippines is the Visita Iglesia, Spanish for church visit, also known as the Seven Churches Visitation, a Holy Week practice of visiting and praying in at least 7 churches. Throughout the day, worshippers pray the Stations of the Cross inside or outside the church, while at night, the faithful pay obeisance and perform supplications to the Blessed Sacrament within the altar of repose. The Alay Lakad Penitential Walks is held from Monday to Thursday to Good Friday, where devotees walk for 17 kilometers along Sumulong Highway in Antipolo, with some even walking barefoot to the Antipolo Cathedral. This is not to be confused with the May pilgrimage season procession from Quiapo Church of the same name. Upon reaching the cathedral, devotees offer a short prayer or make a wish before donating some coins or paper bills in front of the altar. In 2024, 7.4 million devotees visited the cathedral during the penitential walk. Good Friday, or Viernes Santo, is the second public holiday of the week and considered the most solemn day of the year. It is observed with street processions, the way of the cross, sermons and prayers meditating on Jesus' 7 last words or siete palabras, and the staging of Sinaculo, which in some places has already begun on the Palm Sunday. Mass is not celebrated on this day. Instead, people gather in churches in the afternoon for the veneration of cross service and the Mass of the Presanctified. Nationwide, the veneration service begins silently in unlit churches at 3 p.m., remembering the 9th hour. That was the instant Christ died according to the Gospels. The Mass of the Presanctified is said at the altar, which has been stripped of linens and decorations, and the priest omit the anaphora as the sacramental bread was already consecrated on Monday, Thursday. Other penitents, called Magdarama, carry wooden crosses, crawled on the road, in the rough and hot pavement, slash their backs before whipping themselves to draw blood. This is done to ask for forgiveness of sins, to fulfill vows or panata, or to express gratitude for favors granted. The pabasa or continuous chanting of the Passion, the Filipino epic narrative of Christ's life, passion, death, and resurrection. Santo Entierro, the usual highlight of Good Friday, is the Santo Entierro or Holy Burial, which is both the name of the rite itself and of the statue of the dead Christ that is its focus. Black Saturday or Sábado de Gloria is the third and final public holiday of the week. The day is legally and colloquially term in English as black, given the color's role in mourning. The term Sábado de Gloria, or Spanish for Gloria Saturday, refers to the return of the Gloria and Excelsis Deo during the Easter Vigil held on this day. The hymn is absent throughout Lent except on solemnities and Maundy Thursday. The ritual mourning for the dead Christ continues, albeit with less intensity. Traditional taboos from the previous day, such as merrymaking and the consumption of meat, are carried over and sometimes broken at noon. This includes swimming in a river or the sea, as superstitions warns against bathing on Good Friday afternoon. Most commercial establishments operate on shorter hours, with smaller enterprises and many areas remaining closed until Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, but some return to normal in major urban areas. Television and radio stations broadcast on shorter hours with special programming or remain off-air.